your Community Connection Corner here on your Catholic station, Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM. I'm Jennifer Longworth, joined today by Marian Guinn, CEO of God's Pantry. We're talking about your Taste of the Bluegrass event, the 34th annual, which is coming up on May 16th in the evening, and it sounds like a fabulous event, so come hungry, right?
Absolutely. Come hungry and come thirsty. And if you like to drink alcohol, you might want to come with your designated driver plan as well.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. We would highly encourage that. It's a great event, has been benefiting God's Pantry Food Bank now for many, many years. We are so pleased to be in the 34th year. And what I'll say, I've now been with God's Pantry Food Bank for 17 years. And over those years, 17 years ago, it was a great event too. Mm-hmm. But it seems like throughout the years, we just keep kind of tweaking it and making improvements to make it more comfortable and more fun. Mm-hmm. We're looking forward to a fabulous 34th event. And I would just encourage folks to go ahead and make your plans and get your tickets. You do have to have tickets in advance, and tickets are limited. So they're $75 per person. That includes all of your food and beverage, 2 live bands, just a fun party atmosphere to kick off the summer. There are also a limited number of tables available. Tables are $1,250 for a table of 10, but they come with some added perks, like enabling you to get in and begin your tastings before the general admission ticket, as well as having kind of a place for you and your group of friends to kind of center over the course of the evening or to land back to. So $75 tickets, you'll have lots of fun with that. $1,250 tables, you'll have fun with that as well. We're grateful to the support of our sponsors, Columbia Gas, Central Bank, Kentucky Utilities, Kroger, Republic Services, Beaumont Family Dentistry, and the Allen Company. And with their support, we're really able to move into the event with a strong comfort zone and knowing that we're gonna make lots of money to feed people in Central and Eastern Kentucky, because that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, and your service area, it covers, 50 counties? Is that?
We serve all of Central and Eastern Kentucky. 50 of the 120 Kentucky counties are a part of God's Pantry Food Bank service area. There are more than 230,000 people in that area living at or below the poverty level. And yet we know that potentially there are more people than that in need of assistance, because the poverty level is very, very low. But we also know from research that we're feeding 1 out of every 7 people that live in our service area. That's more than 211,000 unique individuals annually. And we do that through our network of nonprofit member agencies. These are the soup kitchens, shelters, and pantries in all of these counties. In addition to that, we offer a lot of direct service programs ourselves. We were founded as the pantry system here in Lexington, and we continue to serve that role. We currently have 4 pantries and are serving nearly 2,000 people each month, 2,000 households, I should say, each month through this pantry service. When an individual is in need of food in Fayette County, they get a referral to our pantry. They come in, they make choices off the shelves and out of the freezer, and most folks leave with about a grocery cart full of food, which they tell us lasts them between 7 and 10 days. So, we're providing a very important service here in Lexington, as well as assisting a large number of other nonprofits meet their mission or their work in feeding people that they're serving, whether they're providing them with meals on site or providing them with groceries to take home with them.
Yeah, and I know some of the organizations we work with, like Lighthouse and Lake City Rescue Mission, and folks, they've told us, we get stuff from God's Pantry, because you guys being a food bank, kind of, you people can't show up on Jaggy Fox Way necessarily and get food, but you have the different pantries in the area where they can do their own little shopping.
Where individuals are served, yes.
Right.
Yes, and many of our nonprofits that we work with, some of them, more so in Lexington, have paid staff and the ability to do a lot of things. As you move out into Eastern Kentucky, more and more of our agencies are completely run by volunteers. And so, they may be supported literally by church bake sales and operated by, a group of adults in the church or in the community who just are passionate about making sure that their neighbors in need have access to food. For many of those organizations, they state that without God's Pantry Food Bank, they absolutely could not do what they're able to do because of the way that we're able to bring in food sources from across the country. And that includes fresh produce. About a third of our distribution this year will be fresh produce, and we're looking at closing out our fiscal year at the end of June, achieving a goal of distributing 26 million pounds of food and groceries.
Wow.
So a little more than 8 million pounds of that should be fresh produce. Another significant chunk is going to be frozen meats that we're sourcing from Kroger and Walmart stores throughout our service area. They're great partners of God's Pantry Food Bank. Commodities, federal commodities, are also important to our product mix and make up about 25% of the food that we have to distribute. So these foods sourced from across the country, as well as donated by the food industry at large through Feeding America, come into our food bank and then are available to our member agencies or to our own in-house programs to meet the needs of low-income people living in our service area. You know, a lot of people are concerned about children being hungry, and at God's Pantry Food Bank, we share that concern. We're very concerned about children being hungry. And we have a couple of special programs for kids that really are in a rapid growth mode. Kids Cafe is most typically an evening meal program for children, and we have several Kids Cafe locations in Lexington, as well as some out in our service area. We also offer backpack programs in Lexington. I believe that currently we're working with 19 different Fayette County public schools, providing them with backpacks for the family resource centers to get out to children who are at risk of hunger over the course of a weekend. As we roll into summer and as school winds down, we'll kick into high gear with the summer feeding program. And we'll work to make meals available to kids in Lexington throughout the course of the summer. We're targeting the kids who are benefiting currently from free lunches or free breakfast and lunch. And we worry about them when school is out of session. So summer feeding is important to us as well. Our staff was augmented with a Child Hunger Corps member this past year from Feeding America. So that's given us an extra person who is focused on our child nutrition programs. And that's been great because we are growing with snack programs as well as meal programs. The backpack program has expanded dramatically, and we have great hopes for all of these programs in the next fiscal year. We're also looking into the possibility of starting a school pantry, our first school pantry next year with one of the local high schools here.
And how would that work then?
The school would dedicate a small amount of space that we would keep stocked with food. And so when the family resource centers at a high school are working with kids that they know don't have access to enough food, they could actually make a referral for that student to their pantry.
Wow.
These have grown very rapidly, like out on the West Coast in California and in some other locations. We have not yet done that, but we've currently written a couple of grants and hope to have the ability to open up our first school pantry in this next school year.
Wow, that's exciting.
It is exciting.
Just growing and growing, because you guys just opened up a pantry in Cardinal Valley, and then you're going to do a school pantry, and then...
That's our hope. And, we opened our regional distribution center in London in December, and we've seen outreach in that southern portion of our service area grow dramatically. We, hope to be opening a distribution center in Moorhead in January 2015. So, not
cover,
that far away.
Northeastern,
better
closer,
serving that portion of our service area. And we've had a distribution center in Prestonsburg, Kentucky, which may surprise some people, actually for more than 20 years.
Wow.
And that has led to those counties in the furthest southeastern corner of our service area actually being very well served. There's a great system of pantries in Pike County and Floyd County, in Martin County and Johnson County, and those pantries depend on the food that they're receiving out of our Prestonsburg location. So, with the support of generous individuals and corporations and churches, we've been able to grow and and build and expand our outreach in really significant ways over the past several years.
It's not just all about can drives.
It is not just all about can drives. Well, when I tell you that a third of our food that we're moving is fresh produce, clearly that did not come in a blue barrel.
No, you're talking about fresh produce and frozen meat and stuff. I'm like, okay, I'll give you non-perishables all day long. But if you have $10, you can get 100 pounds worth of food. Is that what?
$100 worth of food.
Oh.
Or for every dollar that's donated, we're able to provide enough meal for nearly 5 meals.
Wow.
And so, there are lots of different ways to be engaged with God's Pantry and support us. Being a financial contributor may be one of the simplest ways. And you can go on our website, godspantryfoodbank.org, and make a safe, secure online donation. And rest assured that we're going to use those dollars wisely. We also, though, need and utilize literally thousands of volunteers in our warehouse on Jaggy Fox Way and throughout our programs and services. And so if you want to be involved by donating time, visit our website. You can actually sign up for a volunteer shift on the website. And that's a great way to be involved. Or, like you said, reference to canned food drives, organizing a canned food drive at your church or in your school or in your business, and really trying to up the ante so that it's competitive and people are excited and they want to participate. All of those choices are great ways to be involved with God's Pantry Food Bank and to help us meet our mission of eliminating hunger in Central and Eastern Kentucky.
So all of the information about how to help and how to get involved with Taste of the Bluegrass and how to donate on your website, godspantryfoodbank.org.
Yes.
That's the best way to find you guys.
That's a great way to find us.
All right. godspantryfoodbank.org. Been chatting with Marian Guinn, CEO of God's Pantry this afternoon. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. It was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we'll have you back.
Okay.
All right. This has been your Community Connection Corner here on your Catholic station, Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM, WMGR, Nicholasville, Lexington.